this is the section number 1, customer service bots. Welcome to Theta Combinator. You made the right choice. All right, section customer service. So what I mean by customer service is chatbots, AI applications that could help you greatly to cut down a lot on your customer service activities. Usually it is really hard to find a good system. It's hard because there are many different files, and for instance, if you have one company, they might have the information stored in very different files, different formats. So now you have to adjust for every format. And for every format, you also have to adjust what kind of information it is. There's a lot going on in there, okay? So there's a lot of fine-tuning you need to do on ingestion of information and running that information. Okay, so here's a new paradigm. So it's common practice. Currently, the common practice is Botpress, right? And Botpress has its own knowledge base, just like VoiceFlow, okay? So you basically use that. In case the file formats you have, they're not compatible with knowledge, Botpress have or VoiceFlow, your alternative is spin out the server, Flowise server, and put Botpress through API connection to Flowise. But of course, before you could do that, you need to set up render, railway, or Replit. So for it to host, basically you're starting your own server. And after that, you want to make sure you actually build it, right? So you have to go watch the Flowise videos and figure out how to build a really good retrieval system. And then make sure that it actually responds really well back to Botpress, and you also need to optimize for the speed, okay? Because speed is also a big problem on retrieval, and also then every different file format you have to adjust for it. So yeah, for each type. So it is a lot of headache, but there is a new system. You could upload PDF files, you can have doc files, you could upload PowerPoint files, OpenOffice files, HTML files, JSON files, XML files, email files, EPUB files, RTF files, and you can dynamically adjust the context size. And the name of this beautiful tool is Victara. So Victara is a vector database, and what it does, it takes care of extracting information from all these different formats and then converting it to vector databases. Even when you're requesting information from Victara, you don't have to send it as a vector itself. You could just send it in regular words. Victara will transform your message into the vectors, and after that, it will query the system, right? So here you go. So for this exercise, your job will be look over the code of how I built this, and then think of alternative uses for this system and create one flow that is actually useful. It's going to be a show and tell. We're going to look at each other's chats, see how good they are, what was done, what was going wrong. If you have any problems building it, we will go over that as well. So it's going to be fun. So let's check this out. Hey, and it says, hey, boom, boom. So in here, I put interested in your service as part of like a regular knowledge base. So this way you could actually check your current knowledge base that the Botpress has, which is not bad at all. So this is a Victara demo, and like you heard that you can query vector database directly from your Botpress. If you're gonna take the red pill or the blue pill, yeah, we're going for the red pill. Let's go for the journey and ask your question. As will be, we can run a semantic search on PDF that I uploaded that is stored in the vector database. I ask your questions below. The question: I need to start a business. So question again, as you remember, I said it was supposed to be a Pinecone video, but Pinecone didn't work out as well. But here we have Victara. Okay, let's go. All right, so all this information is getting pulled from Victara, and then this is a summary. Interesting. All right, this is a summary. We gotta do something about this one and provide you. Question maybe like this, and results from vector results results from knowledge base. Yeah, because it knows knowledge base dot API knowledge base are at here. Cool. Let's try. Ask question below. Best sales strategy, right? Boom. Yes, let's go. Boom. Here you go. Whoa, what happened here? Conversation ended. Okay, cool. What is here? Okay. Let's try this. Let's try. Take this out. We know it works, right? Let's try it again. Okay. Okay. Ask your question. Best strategy for sales. You sure? Yes. Boom, boom, boom. And now AI has an answer for us. Wow. It makes people uncomfortable to continue to receive without giving me a score because they... Okay, this is... Right, customer interest. Store results and welcome customer interest. Results from knowledge base. Okay. Maybe just say summarize. Main points. Business. Alright, this is really bad. Let's see. Let's see what I'll say. I'm sure I'll say a lot. Ooh, AI task is running. The more people who know about the stuff you sell, the more people will buy. Your business makes annual revenue. It's probably not the best text that I chose, but it works. The assignment for today is we're gonna look over right now really quick on how this was done. Okay, this is, we know start at this point, which is multiple choice. Here you basically have a query. Okay, so let's just call this the Victoria query. Okay, then what we have, the question A, what you wanna do. B, are you ready? Boolean, execute code. Okay, and what kind of code we executing? Okay, here you go. First of all, we are reaching out to Victoria, and here we have two pieces over here. Okay, so you have headers and a payload. Is all your access information, and a payload is basically here. You could adjust how many characters before and after. So we noticed that it was like really wordy, right? The information. So now we could actually try to make it a little bit less wordy. This is our access. Corpus ID is basically our knowledge base. As a summary, I say don't summarize anything. You could actually ask Victoria to summarize also information for you and do a lot of analysis on the back end before even getting to you. Okay, so there's a lot of customizations there. We're gonna go deeper in the capabilities of Victoria in the next section. Okay, and where we're gonna start looking more about like internal business operations, how use Victoria to its most potential. And that's pretty much just a looping condition. And this basically gets saved in the variable, and we have it here. This is just to test it out. You could have the same information. I'll have the PDF and the I used and the code for this Botpress in the description below. This should cut at least a day or 2 days of your development process for any intermediate level bots. And as far as no code, I know this is a no code part. You building this whole interface no code, and that little piece of code, it's already provided. In further sections, we're gonna go dive deeper into the parameters that we could use in Victoria and how to set it up for different use cases. This way we could use it for HR, for legal, financial, industry, so it's always a little bit different settings there. Okay, so on that note, make sure you do homework is to try it for yourself, rebuild it, try to use it for some sort of really good use case that you know, and we'll see if you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, Victara is free for all of our use cases that we're gonna try here, so there's like literally $0. You don't have to spend nothing. And it's pretty crazy because you could connect the voice flow that charges for API use. And yeah, with Botpress, you don't even have to use, with Botpress, you only pay for incoming messages. So if your AI semantic search is free, if your summarization is free, you're not really spending lots of money, okay? That's what I like. And there is no make involved. There's nothing. It's a fairly simple system and robust, and it works really fast. The summarization part is long, but I think depending on the documents you use, it could be like really fast. All right, thank you guys again for tuning in. And after you finish this, move on to the third class of this section. All right? If you have any questions, reach out to me on Slack.